God has given us a special ability to create or destroy using our words alone. When it comes to rebuilding your life, you also need to speak life and follow through with your actions. And today, we're going to talk all about it. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, Bestie. Welcome back to Blissful Faith. My name is Devin Janae, and today we're talking about speaking life. Bestie, speaking life is so powerful because of who we came out of. Do you realize that because God took us out of Himself, we literally are made of the same stuff as Him? Like, we made of God stuff, y'all. And, like, you know how we describe as God as, you know how we describe God as omnipotent? Meaning He's full of power and potential. We're omnipotent too. And no, before you get your panties in the wad, that does not mean that we are equal to God, because we obviously are not. It just means that we're made of the same stuff as Him. We're full of power and potential just like Him. And if He used His words to create everything seen and unseen, and giving us that same power in our tongues to speak life or death, then what we choosing? We gotta choose life. We have to learn how to speak life, especially over our situation, because a lot of us, we're in desolate places and we have a need for God's power and potential to invade. Okay, and we get to help Him out because He can only do things in this world with a human participant, because that's the way He set it up. And that is why we speak life. We speak the things that we want to happen. So the first question I have for you today is, what do you want to see? Begin to think about the things that God has already spoken to you. It could have been through somebody else. It could have been through a dream, through prayer time. It could be through a writing. So what you saw in the sermon, through His promises and His word, because that's going to come to pass. And trust me, if you don't think God has spoken to you, He has. He has spoken to you. Ask Him to remind you of what He wants to do in your life. What is the things that you want to see in your life? Don't think about just material things. Think more along the lines of who you want to become, who you actually are. All the power and potential of God is inside of you. So pull out your journal. Let's get to writing and dream big. Who is the person that you want to see when you look in the mirror? What's her or his character like? What do you want to see around you? What do you want to see in your family bloodline? Write it all and dream as big as you can, because there is no limit to what God wants to do in your life, okay? Next, I want you to get clear on your current situation. Where are you right now? What do you see right now? What are you currently experiencing that you will actually like to change? Who are you right now? What do you like about yourself? What do you dislike about yourself? Yes, this is going to take some true honesty, time, self-awareness, because you are taking inventory of the things around you and yourself. Because I know what it's like to not like myself, to truly hate myself. And I know what it's like for God to pull me out of that pit. And now I got to get to work to work out what I want to see. And it starts by obeying Him, as well as speaking life over my current situation, over my current way of life, over who I am right now, okay? Because y'all, I know what it's like to be in a situation that seems to be dragging on and on and on and on, feeling like you're never gonna get out of it. I just was telling God, like, I'm tired of all of this. I'm tired of living the same year. And you know what He said to me? You use that as your motivation. Use that to go against what you currently see, and go toward what I have spoken of you. This is the reason why you want to speak life. If you're tired of your current situation, you're tired of reliving the same year, you're tired of being stuck, you can get out of it, but you first have to utilize that obedience of what I've already told you, and the power of your tongue, speaking life over your situation. So I'm giving that same advice to you, because He wants this current situation, the things that we see, to actually motivate us instead of demotivate us, you know? And I want you to go ahead and develop a vision for your new life, okay? The life that you want to see. And this is the fun part, because you get to use your imagination and your hopes to bring all the stuff that you wrote down into reality. So go ahead and pull out that list, your journal, and we're going to make a digital vision board together. Okay, we're going to go to Canva, and I'm going to link everything in the description down below in a free resource that you can have, okay? So we're going to walk through this thing together, because you're not alone in this. And I know how hard it is to go from one way to the next when God say you're going to be this and you scared and you don't know how it's going to happen. But we're going to take things one step at a time, because that's the advice He gave me. It does not have to be overwhelming. It can be very peaceful. You can be at ease going from one step to the next, okay? And I want you to also think about this when you are putting things on your vision board. How is this glorifying God? A lot of times on our vision boards, we can have things that just benefit us, cars, how we want to look, things like that, where we want to work. But how is this glorifying God and benefiting others as well? Because other people need to be benefited. He needs to be glorified. He's a generational God, He's a communal God. And what He wants to do for one, He wants to do it for another person, just in a different way. So think through what you're putting on your vision board. Yes, you can have things that you want. Yes, you can have things that you need, but also think about the collective. Think about God and others. Okay, let's go ahead and make our vision boards together, y'all. So this mini tutorial is assuming that you already have a Canva account. It's free to make one. You can either do it on your phone using the app or even on your laptop on www.canva.com. So what you want to do is gather your photos first. So what you want to put on your vision board and type in photo collage. This is the easiest that I have came across to make a vision board, okay? So what you'll notice is that the template actually has filled in photos, and you want to remove them so that you can be able to put your own photos in and customize this vision board to your own liking. Something I forgot to mention is that you want to actually upload your photos to Canva, and you simply do this by clicking upload and upload files and picking the files that you want on your vision board. And you're going to do the same thing to place the photos on the vision board, okay? So all you're going to do is click your photos after removing the photos from the template, and you're going to put them exactly where the ones were on the template. It's fairly simple, and you're just pretty much plugging your information or your pictures in where the photos were on the template. And then after, you're going to go ahead and customize it to your liking, making it bigger or smaller, removing some of the background if you don't like it. Remember, this is just a template, and you can customize it to your liking. It's so much easier to use a template than creating from scratch sometimes, because you are just basically taking out what they have and then putting in what you want, right? So that's what you see me doing here, taking all their pictures out and putting my pictures in, making it bigger, smaller to my liking, okay? So the next thing you're seeing me do here is I'm removing some of the background that I don't like. I like the fact that it had the same amount of pictures that I had, but I didn't necessarily like the background of it. But I did like a piece of the background, so I kept a piece of it. The paper that you see on here, I actually like that because I like the notebook style aesthetic, I guess. So you can customize the background to your liking. If you don't like the background at all, or if you like parts of the background, you can decide to keep it. You can make it bigger, and you can also layer it. See where it says layer? You can choose to send it to the back or bring it to the front. Whatever you want to do is up to you. So I went ahead and kept the paper background because I really had liked it. And sometimes your photos will try to go to the background on Canva. So what I do for this is I press the background photo and I just click lock, and then you will have no problem. Some people actually put their photo or background into another grid or another frame, but I just find it easier to just go ahead and lock the background or lock the photo that you're working with so that you don't have to worry about that. So here I'm just going in to look for another type of paper texture. You can go in and you can look for whatever you want. Maybe you like to design with hearts and stars, or your business colors, or whatever you like, whatever is your thing. You can customize it, and pretty much everything you look for in Canva, there is a free version of that. So play around with it. Do whatever you want to do, because again, this is your vision board. This is something that you will be able to look at, and it will inspire you, and it will help you to manifest whatever it is that God has placed on your heart, the things that you want, the things that you need, the things that bring you joy. And it's a visual representation of what will one day be in your hands. Okay, so customize it to your liking. This is your thing again, and I hope you are enjoying this tutorial so far. So you can also add text by clicking text, and add subheading is what I always go for. So I put God's plan, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the font and place it somewhere on my vision board. And I'm going to also add my name. So I'm going to add my name. I'm going to go ahead and change the font. And I'm just pretty much done with my vision board. It's very plain. I'm just going to be fixing the photos to my liking one more time. And if I didn't mention this before, I probably should have mentioned this at first. This is a vision board for your lock screen. You can go ahead and put it on your lock screen. The reason why I want to do the lock screen is because we always have our phones, and the phone is usually something that we're looking at all the time. So this is why I wanted to give a tutorial on a vision board that would be able to go on your lock screen. You can utilize a vision board for anything. You don't have to do it for your lock screen, but this tutorial is for the lock screen. So yeah, so pretty much you're going to see me customize it to my liking, and I want you to do the same. And yeah, yours is going to look so much different from mine. You could jazz it up the way you want to, but the thing you want to do after, you want to save the image. You're going to press the save little icon at the top, and you're going to save it to your phone and put it as your lock screen. That's it. Now let's talk about our last point. And finally, it's time to speak life over your current situation. It's time for us to speak life into our future. And I honestly like creating scripts because I don't always know what to say. And even if I know what I want, I get stuck, y'all. Don't judge. Okay? So a script is something that you can always have close to you. You can go ahead and grab it, especially when you don't know what to say. You can write it on a sticky note or index card, or even on a loose leaf piece of paper that you clip on your wall or your refrigerator. Okay? And I suggest to say it in the morning or at night. In the morning, because you get to manifest and set the atmosphere of your day, and at night you might dream about it, because if you're a dreamer, you might say things and then dream about it. You never know, right? But you can recite it anytime throughout the day, because honestly, we're going to need to speak into our futures, to speak life, that is, into our future. And change is happening. When you claim it, I claim it, okay? Because things will try to come in and try to get you to think that you're stuck. It's going to try to get you to think that nothing will ever change. It's going to try to get you to think that God is not working on your behalf. But just like when you are actively participating in something and working towards something, progress has to happen. There is no stagnation that's coming for God's daughters or sons. You hear me? So let's do a little quick recap over speaking life over our situations. First, you got to identify what you want to see. What do you want your future to look like? Right? We're just identifying, we're writing it down. Then you want to get clear on your current situation. What are you currently seeing? What are you currently experiencing? Who are you right now? And then after that, you want to develop a vision by creating a visual aid, aka a vision board. And finally, you want to speak life over your situation. What is that person like in your vision board? What are the things that you have on your vision board? Begin to speak that into existence. Speak it over your life. Speak it over your situation. And watch God work with what you give him. We have to give God something to work with, okay? Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, remember that you're destined to win because he got up. Peace.